1 second, guys. Sorry about this.
Did something happen?
Oh no, keep talking. It's just I'm just fixing some things to make sure.
All right. But yeah, we see a smoke gank here from the Mystery Machine. They do get a couple of early wards. Monkey King in courier form, beautiful as ever.
There we go. We're set.
Looks like. For the real advantage that you get, besides being able to like shove the lane and farm the large and the small camp, is get those ancient and large camp stacks. And because 5RATFORCESTAFF has this TA on Radiant, I think they could definitely reach critical mass fast if the stacks don't get contested. They do have this Monkey King that's kind of mobile, can scale them out, but they don't necessarily have their heroes to farm a stack from Mystery Machine. So that's kind of scary. I think even if they scout them out, it might be hard for them to clear them.
Okay. All right, we'll see that. We'll see if that works out. I'm interested because it's been a while since we got this. It's closer to or reminiscent to me of the last patch a bit more, right? Where we get a bit more of the like the faster cores in general. Not really one of these cores is very heavy on farming. We saw this a bit less this patch around. We saw a couple of heroes that play around the mid game or diffusal blade carries at least. These are all heroes that were very present since 30 before the small changes. The DK aside.
I actually like what they're doing here. They're letting the DK in the safe lane just because he has that high region. The Razor doesn't really have a way to dodge the Illuminate as we talked about, and usually I would say the Bane actually is pretty good at just scouting the Kato and making sure that the Razor doesn't take damage, but they feel like they can still like just win bottom better with the Razor instead of DK, which I think is true. Just draining that damage from TA. She's not fast. The save doesn't really help with the Link, right?
That's true. The Pango lane against Razor is still not very good. So I don't think that is like a bad lane for Razor necessarily. He has to be really careful that this doesn't backfire because he's in the wrong lane. Because if you max Plasma Field on Razor against the Pango, you also beat that lane. You just don't destroy him like you do with like any static link lane, but you do not lose the lane by any means. And we saw this a lot when Razor was played as carry all the time, right? People would go Pango, and Razor would actually be okay against that most of the time. So I do think the Double King has to do a huge job here on making sure that this lane goes his way.
Yeah. I think, as you said, the Pango lane is fine. That Kato here is just super obnoxious, though. And you being like a ranged hero, you don't like having waves of creeps being shoved into you. No damage block, kind of low HP. So it could be like also a problem of sustaining the lane. But he's not doing that well early on. But as he gets level 2 of Link, that's when I think he starts putting some pressure on the TA. Mid lane looking pretty even. I think this matchup used to be much better for Monkey King than it is right now.
Why? What was the changes that made it?
They nerfed Jingu, obviously, like, it's been quite a while, but they nerfed the Jingu Mastery. Also, the Water Runes just give more sustain to Void Spirit. I mean, like, compared to when Void Spirit was released, I think Monkey King used to be much better versus him than he is now. Because I don't think the Water Runes were actually there when Void Spirit was released. I think it was in the other TI after Void Spirit was released. But anyways.
I think you're right. But I'm not entirely certain. Dota meshes together. We've been playing for so long. The Water Runes feel like they've been here forever, and it feels like they've made mid much less interesting to watch. On the point of the Razor, though, do you think this is the kind of lane where Razor does want to put full points into static link, or do you still think you go for the Plasma Field build to be able to farm after the lane?
I think you go maybe 3-pointing link tops. I don't think you go the 4th one. It really depends on how much TA thinks she can stay in the lane. If the Razor is having an edge, like he's recovering right now. As you can see, like he actually does like a substantial amount of damage. He might be able to get that 3rd one. If the TA starts jungling, I think you just get Plasma Field to scale your farm too, because it doesn't really benefit from it.
What do you think also the choice of putting the Grimstroke with a DK as opposed to the Bane that you talked about?
I think it's pretty much the kill potential that you have with Inkswell. Razor not being melee doesn't lane that well with the Grimstroke. So that's pretty much the only reason. Also why I like the Monkey King. I talked about a hero that could use that Inkswell a little bit better. Having the Primal Spring allows High Shaggy to Just like you control people for a long time. You just get the boundless with the primal spring. It's like 4.5 seconds of stun pretty easily in the mid game. I think that's a really good way to enable cores as a Doomstroke.
Sure. I do find the Bane Razor lane is pretty bad though, and that's one of my concerns with this. Like, the Razor's good, right? But the Bane himself, there's no synergy there. The Nightmare just kind of cancels Razor entirely. Stop playing by the way, Pango. There's the kill potential we talked about. Well done by Tib. He's able to eat Lil Nick for breakfast here.
Pretty... It looks kind of underwhelming, right? You don't expect DK Doomstroke to have that much potential, but if you misplayed the Swashbuckle, that's when you could be in trouble. The DK doesn't even have boots, so very nicely done there. And Abba dying to Jubei.
I'll catch it actually. I'm assuming Abba just got drained to death and killed as a result.
Yeah, the cooldown. Yeah, they do have cooldown link on cooldown. I think, you know, sometimes it's even okay. Like if it's not first blood as Abba, you even want to die because you're gonna come back with HP mana, bring some items to the TA. Although, yeah, like the TA doesn't have the carrier here. But it's gonna bring a lot of. Oh, he's actually going metal. I don't even mind this as well because you do want to get those wards towards the tri lane that starts at 6 minutes. Having that, you know, like I think teams like you see a lot of action in the actual rune spawn now. You see smoke stored runes. It is much more. You see teams abusing that timing much more than they do now. Than I'm sorry, than they used to do. Had a little bit too much coffee today.
It's okay. I usually have a lot too. That's why I speak so quickly. When I cast with you, Bully, I decide to not have any because you excite me. I don't need the coffee, you know. The Dota excites me. Yeah.
So much NA Dota.
Because these matches themselves, right? I mean, this match, again, it decides who goes to Div 1. To a large degree, it could decide that. So it's a pretty hype match in itself. If you guys are not fans of NA Div 2, you've been watching many matches of NA Div 2. I think this is the one match that you should probably watch. Among the two top teams, DNM could be in trouble now. There's a Plasma Field used, Double King slowing him down, but DNM is surviving all this damage. In fact, Double King could be in trouble. DNM just realized, though, that he doesn't deal any damage, so maybe it's time to back off, but Albino Zero could still be a threat here.
Mid lane, high Shaggy, pretty low. Rotation of Giant with a double damage. So, as always, to Sameo's sadness.
Lil Nick? Ooh, he tries to take the stack, but Lil Nick might just die to the Crimstroke. The stack is starting to attack Maliburgos. Maliburgos has the Inkswell. Okay, gonna use the Ghost first, and that's gonna be enough. Gets the kill while Pango's clearing the stack, and TP's in the middle of this. Can Nico stop this? He will. Red 2 gets the skill against Maliburgos. Well done.
And Giant even gets the stack.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, he does get the stack. That's good. Can they stop us anyway? Do they have any stack takers here?
I mean,
I guess
Grim
Razor
usually can, but I think he wants to max Inkswell this game. So it's not like that 1 point is going to be enough to clear the stack.
And Tib, no way he can with only 2 points in Breathe Fire. I really think it's only Double King, but Double King would have to do a really heavy rotation if he wants to take that stack.
Yeah, and he only has, I mean, yeah, it's very awkward for him to move there. It's also very dangerous. So, looks like they will farm it. And I think that's probably one of the biggest strengths of that. Oh, TA actually being dove here.
Yeah, DNM could be in trouble himself. High Shaggy coming into the skill, and High Shaggy will die. Double King as well, as Red 2 comes in to avenge, or actually defend his teammates. Nico still has that Astral Step. Face boots. Getting closer to Jubei, not wanting to waste that Astral Step just yet. Waiting for the Aether Remnant, but instead he's going to let Jubei go, actually. Interesting.
That's how much these runes are valuable, dude. You don't want to waste resources. You know, what if he goes there and someone denies the rune? Like, he feels like there's more value in that rune than in the kill. That's how important these runes are right now.
Yeah. Right. That's surprising, actually. I really thought he was just going to straight up kill Jubei there. Because he's slow with the Astral Step, they catch up to him and he dies. But you're right, the runes are so valuable.
Yeah, I mean, and Bane is kind of an annoying hero. He could buy time with the Nightmare. The Monkey King was like 2 seconds from spawning, so he could get Jubated there. Speaking of him...
That was on point, by the way. Did you see that? He heard High Shaggy jumping, and he guessed exactly when he was jumping, too. So he sets up the Aether on it. Well done.
I do feel like they're underestimating this Abaddon TA lane a little bit, though. The TA... Obviously, you can stop the TA from farming, but the combination of the shield plus the refraction charges just makes this kill on the TA so hard. You don't have a lot of overtime instances of damage besides the Eye of the Storm.
Been silenced. Plaza Field. They're gonna kill Albino Zebra. So at least this rotation does work out. But once again, Nico's here to defend. Hi Shaggy still has that Jingle Mastery on him. Gonna be a difficult kill if they want to go for it. Instead, they're gonna decide to take down the Warren. That's it. They are giving some space though to Pango to recover slightly, but Tib is keeping him at bay.
Yeah, that ancient stack really worries me for I mean the Radiant ancient stack. I don't think there's any way for the Mystery Machine to actually contest that. And TA eventually will just rotate their bottom. They also get the Razor.
I'm gonna go for Nico now in the mid lane. Try to at least assimilate. Oh, he actually wants to come back in, but that's not gonna be enough.
Alright, so Tib actually rotating bottom now. He wants to be against the TA lane, and they'll probably send Razor to start jungling. He wants to start accelerating towards that BKB. I like this move. Catapult is about to come in, but Meadow, Monkey King.
Hi Shaggy, he's committing to this. He has double damage, but Blinding Light sends him away. We talked about this Monkey King a bit vulnerable to these initiations until he gets that BKB.
I just wanted to poke him at the bottom was there. Alright. Bottom will fall, so they do create a lot of chaos there, which allows the DK. Hi Shaggy! Oh no.
Okay. They do get a Soulblind here, but High Shaggy's already dead, so that Soulblind's not going to matter for anything. We do have a double Nightmare, but it's a bit too late now. Tib finally joins the fray. DNM going for Jubei first. Nightmare available, but Jubei doesn't have time to cast it. Instead, the Inkso, though, will stop Nico. They get saved by that Mist Coil. He's not going to die here. Tib, he still wants to kill DNM, but without reinforcements, it's going to be a bit too difficult, so he pokes the beast as he retreats.
Wow. Yeah, just very weird moves from the Mystery Machine. I think they did pretty well in lanes, but that failed gank bottom. Then they used Soulbind on the Monkey King, and they never used Nightmare there. I'm pretty sure they could just run away. Then DK comes back in, and they lose another hero top. They will also get this Spango at least, so that's good for High Shaggy, although Jubei's the one that gets the kill. But I mean, that's fine. They actually get a deny. They get a kill on the Spangolier. The Monkey King does accelerate a little bit, but he's not even going Echo. They know that they're kind of on a timer with this draft, and they're rushing BKB. That's... I mean, I like that he's not going Echo, but at the same time, they understand how grim this is starting to look, especially with mid now falling and no TP on this Monkey King to attend to this rotation.
Why don't see, bro?
Oh, Glaive?
Just gonna join in. I mean, right now, Tib is solo defending this tower. He's probably the strongest hero in this team. Blink Dagger's very close for him. Once he gets that, he'll actually have some initiation potential, but the Monkey King and the TA have both fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, this is a good power spike for the Mystery Machine. I really want to see the Grimstroke playing alongside Tib. They ideally want to fight away from where the Abaddon is, because he really higher counters everything they want to do. And High Shaggy could be in trouble. No Boundless.
Yeah.
So, not only they will do this, but they're actually... I don't like this. They actually deliver the Blink, and they show it as the DK, as Tib is pushing the mid-tier 1. But that is a little weird. I would like to see maybe a smoke rotation alongside the Grim. They might just go for it anyways, but I'm sure 5RATFORCESTAFF actually saw that. The Ancient stack also got taken by TA. They're like already 3k gold ahead just because of, 1k came from that stack pretty much.
And also because High Shaggy is really far behind. As Monkey King won't be able to get online.
Yeah, yes, damn. They do smoke. The two right heroes, they find a Kato.
Yeah, they do. He has Blinding Light though, but unfortunately the silence is preventing him from using it. So that's going to be a kill here for our Team Mystery Machine.
This is good. You want to take control over this mid lane high ground so that they can push. The problem is that he used the Dragon Form prior to everything, so even though they get the kill, the status quo is not going to be changed at all, because Tib doesn't have the means to force the tower. But it's at least a kill. They do, force a couple of heroes being mid, which buys time for the Razor BKB. That is, coming. It still needs a couple of minutes. the rune.
Oh. Yeah, fight for the rune. But I mean, Tip probably won't die. He is a Dragon Knight. Only 2 points of Dragon Blood. I don't think the enemy team is aware of how little Dragon Blood he has invested. He's actually kind of killable.
Yeah. I mean, somehow it's always the Monkey King being found in those skirmishes, right? Feels like High Shaggy got the bad end of some of these trades. He is now jungling. The Monkey King is kind of getting this. I'm sorry, the DK is being the space creator for the Mystery Machine, which is fine. But it feels like it's gonna take a while for High Shaggy to finish the BKB with no farming items or like an Echo Saber at least for the mana region.
There's a Fiend Script here for Little Nick. Double King will join as well. Oh, Jubei is going to be stopped though. That Fiend Script not successful, and now they realize there's too many people here for the Razor. Double King is being slowed. Now ridiculously so with a Solar Bind. Well, the Rolling Thunder will also catch him, and he's going to be dying quickly. Mali Burgos also gets killed here by DNM. Easy kill for the TA. And it seems like 5RATFORCESTAFF are taking over the game, Bowie. We talked about DK trying to make space, but it hasn't really happened yet. They haven't really joined him when he got his Blink Dagger. They're waiting for a shard first.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, that smoke was low percentage. They didn't have vision when they went for it. Also, not having the Dragon Farm really doesn't accomplish much if you're only killing the Coddle. But maybe if they can counter this rotation here, there's a chance. They don't have, no, the Tower's dead. They don't have Glyph.
No. Tip can't do anything either. Do you think that they're being a little bit too passive as DK, or is it just they've been crushed too much in the lanes?
Yeah, I think they've been outclassing lanes, unfortunately. Actually, it's not even the lanes themselves, besides maybe mid. I don't think the Monkey King did well enough, unfortunately, on High Shaggy. But they didn't really use the slight advantage in lanes for anything. This Razor died, right? Then the Monkey King tried for that rotation bottom, also died. It feels like they never really clicked at all, and because they couldn't contest the stacks, they just watched 5-man 4-staff farm. Maybe they can kill the MM. No Abba in sight, I think.
Yep, so this is a kill on the TA. That's a pretty big deal, but Red 2 wants to go back in against Jubei. At least get a counter kill. And annoy him there with the Soul Bind. He's able to get away. Rolling Thunder, trying to go for Jubei. There's the Illuminate. Jubei. Assimilate will not hit. But it's okay, right? We still have the Astral Step will be able to kill him. So they still got that kill they were looking for. Mali Burgos is going to be the next target. Only supports here for their TA, but they'll be able to only successfully do this.
Yeah, this is really good. They forced a lot of TPs. I don't think this tier 2 is gonna fall because of it. The Razor is farming, and they only lose supports. That's best case scenario for the Mystery Machine. It's not like they're gonna use this farming time that much because their cores are not the fastest farmers. But I think this is good. This is a small glimpse of hope, and if they can keep getting these small victories, there's definitely still a timing that they can strive for. The BKB is done for the Razor, so that is the... Oh, no, actually, yeah, they still need 800 gold, sorry. Then they're ready to, you know, maybe contest Roach, because that is the biggest thing they could do on the side of 5-man 4-staff. Once the Deso is up for TA, they can just force Roach very easily if the cooldowns or if Mystery Machine is showing on bottom or a different side of the map. Alright, so they are playing together here on the side of the Mystery Machine. I don't think they're actually accomplishing that much. I would just like to see some wards near the Roach Pit in case they feel like that's being attempted. But it's like they're expecting this rotation from 5-man 4-staff when they don't really need to force any rotations. I feel like they're gonna get their timings and force Roach. That's the only thing that really matters right now. So, I mean, they're not gonna lose any heroes, but I also don't feel like they're really doing that much. KB on the Monkey King is close, though.
Especially if you, as you commented, there's a moment where 5RATFORCESTAFF just takes over the game, right? TA is getting dangerously close to that point. What do you do then with Monkey King barely recovering? BKB is certainly not going to be enough here.
Not at all, man. Feels like they're just gonna force Roche. Do they have a smoke here for the Mystery Machine? They don't. They're even like very deep in the bottom side of the map. Oof, yeah, I don't like this. I think if you have this Razor BKB coming, they should already be like nearby the Roche pit. but they feel like they are not strong enough. Maybe the Monkey King BKB not being ready is what they're afraid of, but I feel like this is just gonna escalate further and further. They'll try to force mid. Yes, but they don't even have a sentry for this TA trap. This could be very bad for Tib. Okay.
Try to take the tower top of him, apparently. That's DNM. Just gonna solo push it, it seems like. Glyph forced here.
He do cut the wave with the monkey, so that's good. That does buy... That's actually a really good move from High Shaggy. I love what he's doing right now. He can't assist fights because of the BKB, Rolling Thunder.
Molly Burgos got caught. There we go. Good kill. Tib, blinding light. They send him back. Solar point on top of that. And they're going to be able to stop the DK. Enough damage to bring him down. Those 3 points in Dragon Blood, not enough.
Okay. Really good assessment. They know this Monkey King's cutting the wave, and they can't really... Like, stopping that just takes too much resources, so they forced the fight. The Rolling Thunder came from like 3,000 range away. It was still enough for them to find a couple of kills. Double King has this BKB, but I don't think... Yeah, he has to run. Are they gonna take this fight? Wow.
Okay, there is the Swashbuckle, but no shield crash used yet.
King has that BKB. He is in position, but no Glyph. I think the Star's just gonna fall and they lose the Grim too. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't contest Aegis. Like, they're just watching. I feel like you either have to actually commit to defending one of these tier 2 towers, or you just split the map. They're like showing up, trying to set up, but there's never enough heroes. So they really feel lost losing that, you know, early part of the mid game. And they don't have a backup plan. Oh, Nico couldn't find Double King here. No, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, if they get these solo kills on top of that, Double King is forced to use the BKB. Fights back against Nico, but Double King, maybe you should TP. Nico actually in trouble. Still has a Yule Scepter though. There's gonna be the Aphotic Shield to cover him. A line of Zebra trying to finish off Double King. And thanks to the Simulate, it's gonna be possible. That 2 will live. 5RATFORCESTAFF will get this counter kill as well, even wasting that BKB on Razor. 9-second BKB.
I appreciate the cojones. I think that was a fine attempt.
I think when you're losing by that much, right, these plays are much more reward than risk, right?
Exactly. Like, you're not gonna have many attempts to use this BKB until the Aegis is over, and that's still like 2 minutes away, so might as well try and go for it. You force some rotations, you open up the map for the BK to try farm that BKB, but as I jinx the Mystery Machine, there's a Pangolier very angry.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get soulbound, he's fine, dude. He just stays away from his team, and Lil Nick... Oh, okay, he'll mess up there. Oh, no.
Oh,
Nick,
boy.
oh, that was awkward. It's okay. Blinding Light will save him here. In addition to the 4-step, of course. Nico nearby as well, wants to finish off the Bane. Does have the Aether Remnant, but they need some more damage, and Swashbuckle won't be enough. They charge the Illuminate thanks to the Nightmare. Illuminate will hit, and they'll get Jubei.
Oh, he was close from predicting the Illuminate there, but just a little bit too hasty trying to dodge it. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I mean, obviously, you know, 5-man 4-staff, I think they only lost 1 game of all the 5 series that they won. So they did have, you know, slightly better results than the Mystery Machine. But with this draft, I really felt like there was a better chance of them to win than the way it unfolded. But I think it's just the nature of TA Radiant. Maybe I didn't really give too much credit for not only TA on Radiant, but that auto stacking. They just got so many stacks, and there was nothing that the Mystery Machine could do. So if you get those stacks, you just accelerate so quickly.
Yeah, and then from then on, we were waiting kind of for Mystery Machine to come online, right, to have like some sort of power spike. I thought the DK could have been one, but they just didn't really play around it at all. Once you got the fireball, we saw, what, 1 smoke maybe early, and that was it?
Yeah, only found the Coddle. They had wasted the Dragon Tail, so the tower, it just took way too long for the tower to fall, for them to invade Triangle. Like, once he made that move, the Ancient stack was already gone anyway, so it didn't matter. DK, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the move, apparently. Astral Step's still available, though. They stun him in time. Can they keep him stunned? He's still silenced here.
Silence.
The Force Step will save him, though. Dissimulate, not to get away. Double King has been distracted here by Albino Zebra. DNM is fighting in the middle of his Wukong's command. He's going to win against the Razor. DNM, don't fight at the edges of it. He just wants to lose his Aegis. He's fine with this. Actually, DNM will live. 40 seconds to go on the Aegis, and he's still alive. Jubei, next target for DNM. DNM cannot be killed. Literally ignored the Monkey King's ultimate and his extra armor. Could have played that better, didn't care.
Yeah, we're approaching shellacking territory here, as Sunsfan would say. I feel like this just gets worse, so I don't even mind that they made that move. It was hasty, obviously. They didn't have any wards because they've been pushed out of their side of the map for a while now. But it was the best they could do. You could see the TA getting pretty low there. Yeah. But yeah, she eventually just dies to the tower.
Like, they had 1 minute to go on the Aegis, so I think DNM just wanted to die there. I did not.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's why he was positioned that aggressively.
Why is Nico in the enemy base? Why did he die in the enemy base? Who knows?
You know, sometimes you just want to live life a little bit wild, you know?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes you feel like your base is not cozy enough. You want to take over the enemies.
Yes, and they just smoked under a TA trap, so just one of those, you know, TA broken things. I don't assume this smoke's going to amount to much, but let's hype this up, Avo. Your best hype. Oh, hello.
Impression? Hi, Shaggy.
Yes, sorry, I don't know English.
Hi, Shaggy. He jumps on Albino Zebra. This is not hype though, Bowie, because it's just a fight. It's not that hype.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't do the fake hype things. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
I can do it for the creeps if you like. That's more exciting, right?
Please.
Please look at this. Look at this lane of creeps, Bowie. You see, oh, the final fight between the range creep and the melee creep. Melee creep's getting low. He finally falls, but the range creep, he's surviving, fighting against the enemy range creep. Unfortunately, hasn't changed targets. They're all gonna die. The lane's being pushed. Bowie. The Mystery Machine wins this creep war, and this means they can push, Bowie. You know how much this matters for the game.
We're watching bottom or top. I was confused. Oh, mid lane. Fake hype, let's go.
I was watching mid, actually. Lil Nick died.
There were no creeps midding the mid lane, you liar.
Yeah, they were here. Check the map.
You're lying, man.
Toddle. He has been silenced. Hi, Shaggy, though. BKB'd. Hi, Shaggy might just die to tower. Nobody wants to go forward to get him. Nico's out of Astral Steps. They're missing the physical damage. Hi, Shaggy, don't go back in. Hi, Shaggy, get away. Bane will die for your sins, and in fact, all of Mystery Machines will TP.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby because it's Shaggy? Okay, I see.
My pronunciation could be better, but yeah, that was the attempt. Thank you so much for translating my jokes. That's when you know that joke is good, right? When it has to be translated.
You gotta explain it. Yeah. That's the best kind of jokes.
You create another level of funniness, some would say.
Yes, funniness. Exactly. That's exactly the word I'd use as well. Not fun.
That's funniness.
Tim is gonna go for Heaven's Halberd. Hopefully this is gonna be able to cancel the TA. I actually might think this might be more useful than BKB, but he's decided to go BKB first.
Yeah.
Which he has finished.
He did finish it. Do they have another smoke? Like, the only way this game looks okay is if they somehow steal the Aegis and Refresher eventually gets built on the Razor, but he at least stopped for a plate mail. Either he's going, you know, Halberd or Refresher, we don't know. So the Refresher is like aeons away, probably. But you just gotta believe, you know? You want to make sure you get that Division 1 slot. You're not going to GG out early, Avo. That's the way you go, no? That's the anime way. You just keep trying hard as much as possible. You think of your grandpa. Oh, Rolling Thunder.
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. What? Your grandpa. He gave you his beloved cards, and you just leaving them in your deck of cards. And then put
oh,
hi, Shaggy. The stun
what did I tell you?
BKB.
What did I tell you? It does go through BKB, Bowie. You absolute liar.
Yeah.
I checked in the Dota replay lobby.
I see.
How did you check? How did you get it wrong? What did you do?
I don't know, man. I really feel like I should probably just start being, a caster. I love hype casting anyways, right? So maybe we should switch roles.
You wanna swap roles? I'm almost immortal anyway, so I actually can take over your role.
Oh, dude, if Richie keeps, we
if
can maybe
Richie
swap
dies,
roles.
I will reach, dude. If Richie dies, I win international. That's how it kind of works.
How's he doing, by the way? I didn't ask. Is he feeling better?
I don't know. He hasn't answered me in 2 days, and my MR is still
Lord.
going up, man. So I don't know. We have sharded this Roche, by the way, so that's gonna be silence for the TA most likely.
Yep. Beautiful. Very balanced as well. But why does he increase the vision of the traps? That's so, like, 3.5 seconds
Oh, yeah.
silence. That is global, and you have 14 traps. Like, why does it need to increase the vision? I just don't understand.
I actually didn't know that aspect of the shard, but it does seem pretty good as well.
Yeah, some would say, like, some people are advocating for the traps to actually have 0 vision and you get 125 when you get shard, but as I say
Actually,
that,
that's
Lil
not bad.
Nick is still gonna be
They
okay.
did use the Will-O-Wisp. Mali Burgo's already dead. Red 2. Keeps Imitiabe. There's the Silence coming into play. Double King's forced to use the BK. Even the Soulbind from behind. We can get a double static link here for Double King. Is that going to be enough to stop the TA though? It's not, but the Dragon Tail will help a lot. Fiendship on top of that. They're perma-stunning this TA, but DNM gets saved by the Force Staff. Aphotic Shield on top of that. Jubei is going to fall. Force Staff into Aphotic Shield. What a good combination from the supports here of 5RATFORCESTAFF as Tid has been ink-swelled. He's trying to get close to the TA, but that Lincoln's nullifies his plans. Now he's stuck, stunned, and killed. 5RATFORCESTAFF will murder everyone here on the Mystery Machine. Monkey King barely surviving. The Grimstroke did buy back for this, so he did actually die.
Oof. I mean, that TA is just unstoppable. This power spike is really hard to beat. You know, if they had more farm, maybe we'd see like 2 Heaven's Halberds coming from the Razor and the DK. Fights look different.
Working play. They do miss the Aether on him, but somehow it hits High Shaggy, who's been silenced now. They've killed the Grimstroke in the backlines, but a Will-O-Wisp is used. That's just to cover their push. Nico's not afraid of the DK because he has no damage. High Shaggy will finally fall. Tid, he's a bit tankier, so he's probably going to survive. Double King is coming here to cover his retreat, but DNM still holds onto that Aegis, so it's not like they can really turn this around anyway. Oh, in fact, Nico wants the DK. A burst magic damage with a little bit of physical will be enough to turn this DK into mincemeat. He bought back for this as well. And in fact, Jubei could be in the same position. They have a ward, so they do see him. And the Hurricane Pike will ignore the Nightmare, interestingly enough. That last hit goes right through it. GG is called. High Shaggy will give up on game number 1. 5RATFORCESTAFF showing why they're the top team in Division 2.
Yeah. Really good performance by them. I really feel like in terms of the actual laning stage, the Mr. Machine played well, but once the laning stage broke, a couple of sus moves, I think that move from High Shaggy specifically where they dove bottom